First thing we're going to talk about is the flat Earth concept. I'm a big fan. Not that I think the Earth is flat, but I'm a big fan of the concept. Flat Earth, if you haven't heard about it, a long time ago, a lot of people apparently used to think that the Earth is flat rather than a ball. And this has made a bit of a comeback in the last few years, I think. And I actually know a guy who sort of believes in it. I think either that or he's or he's fucking with me. So he keeps coming up with explanations though. Anyways, so let's just assume it really is flat. And I'm not 100% convinced it is a ball. I mean, apart from the fact it's not 100% of a ball anyways, if it is, you know what I mean. It's more like a little bit flat on the tops and wider due to, those, see, I don't know the words, centrifugal forces? Just, okay. So I'm giving it a 99.5% chance it is as most people think it is, ballish shape. But what if it is flat and we've all been scammed or because really as far as I know, yes, I've been on airplanes and such, and it looks, even from up there, it looks pretty flat, even though the end kind of is a bit curvy. But it could be it could just be, let's say, a pancake that's a little bit roundish, as if someone held a pancake in his hands, and the sides would hang down a bit. Maybe it's an in between even. It could be like a half ball. No. So I've seen all the photos and whatnot, and it seems pretty convincing. But what if? Well, first of all, I'm pretty sure we live in a simulation, anyways. So anything's really possible. In that case, there isn't really an Earth, anyways. Okay, so let's assume it is like a pancake kind of thing. And I was thinking about this, and I thought, so if I were to try to get to the edge, you've probably seen those pictures where it's usually you have to go on water and then you get to the edge and the water falls down. It looks very violent, like a Niagara Falls kind of thing, but multiple times, many times that. You get there, so I'd be on my boat, and then like, oh man, it really ends here, and you fall down with your, I guess with the boat, but no, here's what I would do. I would jump off the boat and try to, swim the other direction, if I couldn't turn the boat around in time. And then the boat falls down, and then I cannot withstand those forces anymore. The water just moves that way, which is kind of okay. That's hard to explain because where does all the water come from and why? Yeah, why is it? Okay, so I'm falling down, and that is a very scary moment in anyone's life because you think, oh, I'm gonna die. And what I've heard is that a lot of people shit themselves when they are about to die, when they think they're going to. It's a pretty common occurrence. I have a friend who's a fireman, and he used to work in the an ambulance. And he's told me, man, so many people lose bowel control in all kinds of situations. So I can only assume I would fall down and poo my pants while I'm falling. Just right after the first few seconds, poo and pee kind of thing. And I'm probably naked because I swam before, and you know how difficult it is to swim with your clothes on. So I'm falling naked, pooing, and that would actually. Have you seen the pictures of meteors? when they come into Earth, uh, what's it called? Like they enter the atmosphere, and there are a whole bunch of pieces floating with them, and behind them, because in space, yeah, if something falls off that meteor while it's making its way through what seems to be eternal space, but then turns out to not be so eternal for that one meteor, it has these pieces that fly along with it. There's no reason for them to go elsewhere. And that probably would happen to my naked body, that poo would fly along with me like a meteor and its little parts. So that's it depends on the what happens to the atmosphere, I guess. If there is still air where I'm falling, then I might fall faster than the poo pieces, or the poo pieces faster than me. But at least for a short, brief moment, you would see me falling with a bunch of poo floating around me, and whatever else my body's getting rid of at that point. So you're falling down along with a bunch of water, and where does all this water go? It's not like there's anything to fall onto, like in a normal waterfall. So I probably, after a few seconds or so, I would get back to my senses and think, all right, I'm falling, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be, because I'm not gonna hit anything. So at least I'm still alive, and the poo stuff, you could probably get away from that somehow. Take on a more aerodynamic shape and fall a little faster, and then you would get ahead of those things, or slow down. So you'd be falling, and then, well, the water that falls with you is probably salt water, unfortunately. So you wouldn't have anything to drink, because now you're starting to think, how long am I gonna fall and how am I gonna survive, because I don't have any food or drinks with me. But then again, food, talking about food, you have this water from the ocean, and there should be fish in it somewhere. So you're getting used to how to steer yourself while falling. So you steer yourself a little bit into the water, not too much so you don't drown, but you might be able to catch a fish a falling fish. And you know how it is, when you're really hungry, you're gonna eat a raw fish, because I mean, there's very slim chance you would find like a stove and pan, that kind of stuff, in all that falling. Although you never know, because there should be ships falling down too. At some point, I'm sure there are ships that fall over the edge. So if you can find a falling ship and get onto that, you might actually be able to survive. If there's water and food and that kind of thing, you'll spend the rest of your days on a falling ship. But I forgot what my point was. It's pretty unlikely, I think, that would happen. On the news, there's again a whole bunch of what's the guy's name? The North Korean guy, and Donald Trump, which is his real name, I think, is Trump. They have been exchanging threats of nuclear war thingies. That's the news. And I would like to comment on the North Korean guy's hairstyle. He has a flat top, and I think it looks kind of cool. It's different. Everyone can have your standard, whatever the standard is at the time. Like right now, it seems to be lots of gel. That's mostly what it is for guys. So I like his hairstyle. It's interesting. The rest, he's not. I don't want to diss him, at least not too much, because you never know. But he's not really an attractive guy, right? He has a huge head, very roundish head, almost no chin. I think we can agree, most cultures would agree he's not that attractive. And that is probably a good part of why he's turned into a bit of an evil person, or a very evil person. Again, I'm not sure if that's actually true, because I've probably been brainwashed. Who knows what's really the truth? Who knows? Yeah. So I think he needs to go to the gym, and maybe in his case, I would say yes. Surgery is okay. It's totally would be bottom line a positive result if he gets a little more, a few more points on the good looking side of things, and also get more self esteem out of that, and not have to always threaten other people with guns. Mm. All right. I think it's time for commercial, or is it an ad? I, no, on the radio, I think it's called commercial. So here we go. Go vegan, or if you're not into that, at least go vegetarian. It's good for you, it's good for the planet, and the animals don't have to suffer for that long in cages and such. So go vegan, or at least consider it. Think about it. Go vegan! That was the commercial. Let's talk about bicycles a bit. I haven't done that in the last few episodes. Oh, yeah, you know what? I got the first episode got 25 views, so it's getting there. Um, as you know, I don't really care. Well, I do care because I want to do good things. I want you guys to do good things. All 25 of you who have viewed it, of which 3 views at least were mine, and then the second episode got 18 views, so that's pretty good. Bicycle seats, sensitive topic, because a lot of people want to find the right bicycle seat, and they assume it has to be huge. So that got me thinking, how do those companies, if they actually do research on bicycle seats, how do they do it? Do they, if you picture the part of your butt, all the parts of your body that actually touch the bicycle saddle. So if you build a bicycle saddle that's transparent, let's say from glass, and then you had a bunch of people sit on it and look from underneath what's touching and what's happening to all the body parts, then that would look not probably not, kind of weird, but you could make that into an art installation if you took a bunch of photos of people's asses sitting on transparent bicycle saddles, and then make that all into one big collage. Um, yeah. So if you pick a bicycle saddle, um, yeah, remember that. If you have a child, then I would like you to remember that this child most likely loves you unconditionally. It doesn't, like, you can pretty much do whatever you want, even if you hit the child, that child's still gonna love you, most likely. So don't hit your child, and just remember that. It's lots of love from your child to you. And on the topic of emotions, crying is okay, I think. So next time you feel like crying, cry. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman or child, adult. Just try it sometime. Cry. I think it's gonna help the overall something. Mm, You know what I've been noticing recently is that a lot of many people seem to be putting more time into their looks, into their outward appearance. Let me have a sip of Gyokuro green tea here. Oh, that stuff is so good. Oh, that's too hot. So, if you, where I live here, there are lots of people that have more, or there are a lot of people with a lot of money and a lot of people with zero money or negative money. So, those people that have a lot of money, a lot of them tend to spend a lot of time on their looks. For example, let's look at females first. About, I don't know when it all started, like when women actually started changing their outward outward appearance aside from painting their faces. I think that's been around for a long time. So the first step, I don't know what the first step was. At some point, someone put lipstick on, I guess. Um, Not sure why, but uh, that's my point here. Oh, yeah. So I think it was in the 40s or 50s that Sears, an American company, started using models that would shave their legs. So they would they would show these shoes on legs that were shaved. Um, and that started that leg shaving trend. And yeah, why? You're asking yourself, why did this happen? Why is a shaved leg considered by many people more attractive than a non-shaved leg? It really uh, it makes a leg look more like a child's leg. And how is that attractive? Um, and then later we had things like, or maybe before even, shave the armpits, shave all kinds of stuff, like ideally be almost hairless except for on the top of the head and some eyebrows. Oh yeah, eyebrow hair plucking and what else we got here? Put earrings in. Probably shave arm hair or somehow remove it. Fingernails, fake. Maybe put fake fingernails on if you want them really long, and then recently fake eye. What are they? The hair on your eyelids. Those. Glue those on. Get some injections into the lips for the yeah fat lips effect. Mm, Possibly some people even have contacts that change the eye color. Long story short, lots of work, lots of stuff. Um, uh, that takes a lot of time, man. And I see that happening with guys too now, where they shave all kinds of body parts. Um, and then, yeah, now you see guys getting Botox injections. And so the trend is guys spending more time on looking a certain way. And man, why is this happening? That's my big question. How did we must have been brainwashed, or many of us must have been brainwashed into thinking this looks good, and most importantly that it's important that you look good, that it's that important that you spend that much time on it. Something to ponder. I think I was trying to make a point or come to some kind of a conclusion with this, but I'm not. Mm, oh man, I think this is it today. Wait. Music critique. There's a song accept um, acceptable in the 80s. Check it out. I think something Harris is the guy's name. So it was acceptable in the 80s. My critique is that it's a nice song because it has a positive beat. I'm not sure about the message, but it's good for taking a shower. So if you take a shower, especially cold showers, try it out, play it while you're taking a shower. Film critique. Oh boy. Yeah. Here, the Breaking Bad. I watched the first episode, the intro episode, 1 hour long, and that is something. It has everything in it that uh no, not everything, but it has a lot of ingredients that make it interesting. So there is good music and a bit of violence and funny stuff, sexual content, um, what do you call that? Critique of the system. So, you know, like the fact that people work hard and don't make enough money. That's being that's sort of indirectly being criticized. Gyokuro tea. Try it sometime if you're into green tea. It's the king of green teas. Oh yeah, so this podcast is mostly about making the world a better place. And today, yeah, I want to give out the first Lord title. And it goes out to my friend whom I call Double. So he is now Lord Double. Congratulations. I'm not even gonna. Yeah, I think it's okay if I tell you why. He is taking care of foster kids. So that deserves a Lord title for sure. Congratulations, Lord Double. I'll call you Lord Double from now on. Things you didn't know? Man, it sounds like such a cool topic. Things you didn't know, but so far I haven't come up with anything that you didn't know. Mm, maybe you didn't know that there has been there was an earthquake today. You probably knew this in New Mexico. So things were shaking pretty hard, and lots of people died. And man, that sucks. That would be pretty bad, dying in an earthquake. Unless, let's just say you're on a skyscraper and you're at the bottom floor and the whole thing comes down, and you are squished immediately, instantly, while you're asleep. You're probably not even gonna notice what happens. So that would be for death a good one. On 1 to 10 scale, if you could choose the quality of death, that would be as close to 10 as it gets. That's If I had to choose right now how to die, that would be one of them. But I don't want to make fun of this at all. It's just it's really sad. People dying in an earthquake. Overall, here's something you probably knew but you haven't really strongly considered, and that is that I think I talked about this yesterday. It's good for the planet if more people die. If we only had maybe 1 billion or so. So in that sense, if there was a huge earthquake and everyone, no, I don't want to say that. It's not good. It's not good to have earthquakes. I have been in earthquakes before. I was in one when I was in Taiwan, and I was sleeping on something like the 37th floor or something of a building. I woke up and I thought I had taken too much cannabis, but I hadn't at all taken any, because the wall was going from side to side, which seemed like to a 45-degree angle left and right. And maybe it was because I think those walls were actually just sort of separators, more on like a cubicle style, because it was a cheap hostel I was in. And so, yeah, so it shook, and then I heard some people scream, and then I fell asleep again because I thought that wasn't real. And then a few minutes later, it shook again, and I woke up, and then I thought, no, there's really something going on here. So earthquakes are not so great. I wish there was a way to get rid of them. Not yeah, you can only get away from them, I guess. Meditation. It's time for meditation. So relax in your chair. If you are a frequent listener, you know that certain people in certain situations are not supposed to do this right now. But if you can, sit back in your chair, take a deep breath in, hold it, and on the out you make this sound. That was a long exhale. But notice how it makes you feel better. You're a little more relaxed now, I'm pretty sure. That was, and stretching. I don't want to stretch today, but get up out of your chair and stretch your arms up to the sky. Take a winner pose. And you're going to feel more like a winner. And then stretch, 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 and sit down again. That feels pretty good, huh? Next topic is VR. Let's talk about VR, virtual reality. A new headset's gonna come out hopefully soon with better field of vision, and so it's gonna be more realistic. Let's have some more tea. Okay. Cars. Nothing to talk about with cars. Bikes, we had that. Health. It's good to eat broccoli. So if you're not doing that and you're not allergic to it, eat broccoli. Just make a smoothie or cook it till it's soft, where it tastes really yummy with a bit of salt on it. Sweepstakes. Leave a message in the comments. Nobody has left. Actually, there's been one comment. So leave a comment and you are a winner. I'll tell you what the prize is next time. Guess the song. Guess this. Okay. Did I do this already? The song thing? Yeah, okay. This one's easy. Let me know what it is, and you'll win something. Send me free stuff. I can barely read these notes, and I've used them. This is the third time now. So the main topic. Let's get back to the main topic again. Make the world a better place, make yourself a better person, and make me a better person. Oh yeah, here, that's a big one. You know that when people get hit by cars, that's a very negative thing. So to avoid hitting people, don't use your phone while you're driving. Especially not WhatsApp. Just put the phone aside and do it later, okay? Anything else you could do? Trump quote. What else did he say? It's funny, huh? Because the first quote that pops into my head is the grab the pussy thing, but Trump quote, and here it is. Happy New Year to all, including to my many enemies and those who have fought me and lost so badly they just don't know what to do. Love. That's it for today. Thanks for listening. Adios.